What a finish to the Daytona 500. You know, Michael McDowell coming out with the victory. What in a kind of interesting Daytona 500, I should say so myself. But we're here. We're ready to review it. I'm Just Cause. Welcome to the video, and here is the review of the 2021, the 63rd running of the Daytona 500. Before you go ahead and watch the video, please like and comment and subscribe. I'm hoping to get y'all opinions after this race or after this video goes up. The race is over in a very full, fully interesting race here, as it was crazy throughout. But let's go ahead and review. So it all started off the beginning of the Daytona 500. Alex Bowman on the pole, and William Byron had dropped to the rear because of the crash that he had in his dual race. So that put Austin Dillon on the front row. So the start of the race, they completed about the first 15 laps, and in the first 15 laps were fine. Everything was going well. Everybody was learning their cars out a little bit, but by the time lap 3 ended, it was very interesting race on from there. But this first lap, Alex Bowman shot to the lead early on, but it was later on taken over by Kevin Harvick. And the Fords looked good for like all day long. So, and then after lap 3 strikes, of course, Derek Cope is the first caution. So, Derek Cope, the first caution, I question why Derek Cope is even racing. He barely makes minimum speed, and he I don't know, a tire may have blew or what, but it's Derek Cope. But this is where everything gets interesting. The big one, lap 15 of the race, just trouble. It's just straight up trouble. A whole bunch of cars. It took out, I think, over a lot of the competitive cars. Truex was involved. Eric Jones, who looked like he was having a good car as well. As you can see in the replay here, I don't know really whose fault. I just think this is a restrictor plate incident. This isn't really anybody's fault, to be honest. It's Kyle Busch giving a huge shove to Christopher Bell, and then Christopher Bell, he hits him dead on, and then he hits him again that right rear. And I mean, Ryan Preece, man. Ryan Preece, we have to talk about Ryan Preece real quick. Because Ryan Preece, it's like somehow every year, this man has some ridiculous wreck avoidance. I mean, the guy is just so good. You can see clearly on this replay. So, as you can see, once the Amarola gets hit, watch Ryan Preece just avoid this by inches. Look at that, by inches. I mean, talk about wreck avoidance, but look at all those cars. And the grass, as it's soaking wet, the grass is tearing up cars. Cars are spinning. Trackhouse Racing in their first start, looking like they not good for them. Matty D was in it. Truex was in it. A lot of good contenders. Newman, a heartfelt guy in here that everybody was cheering for to win it, just was involved. It was just not good. It was a big wreck, and it really just at the end of the day, I think, is what kind of downplayed this race to where everybody hated it, which I don't really understand myself. But we'll get right on to it. As you can see, Ryan Newman, the car angle. So happy! I was so happy he was going to race in the 500. I thought he was going to win it, but that happens. But once that caution came out, the rain came. And the rain completely just took over the racetrack. It was about, I think it was I think Mike Joyce said it was about almost a 6-hour delay. And we need to really talk about this. And we really need to talk about the times. The times really need to, like, change. Like, I mean, like, I don't know. In my opinion, I know the West Coast guys don't want noon. But all the East Coast people want noon. Because, you know, you see it on David Land's Twitter, and it's on all over his merch. So, of course, all the East Coast people. I say, try and meet in the middle. Go about 1 o'clock for now on, or just put the race in Dame prime time. Because it feels like it's going to rain every time we get to Daytona. And it's just infuriating. But here we go. And then we get racing. I think we had 9 laps of pace laps. And we finally get racing. And it was a train. Like, we had a caution. It was for Briscoe and Hoff, but it was basically a train after this. Basically, everybody went single file. Of course, there was a lot of pit strategy. It looked like the Chevrolets could save a little bit more fuel and just save fuel better than the Fords and the Toyotas there. And you know, I think that really played a factor in the pit roll of this race. And, you know, the race strategically was pretty good. Like, I didn't think there was nothing wrong. But, you know. But, Denny Hamlin. We gotta talk about Denny Hamlin winning stage number 1 and stage number 2 here in a pretty good finishes, I guess you can say. I mean, a lot of cars were just so wrecked out. It was just train racing, and, you know, even though he was the guy out front at the end of the day, pretty good run for him. As you see, Bubba Wallace, man, was throwing a lot of blocks. We'll talk about Bubba Wallace here, but Hamlin wins stage number 1. He's also going to go on. Yeah, he also won stage number 2 as well. He also won stage number 2, which was very interesting. He basically won the first 2 stages. The guy who was the most dominant person and the contender to win this thing, coming into the race, basically just swept the stages. I do have to talk about Bubba Wallace. Bubba Wallace, he had a great car today, you know, and I thought he did pretty well in the race. First race for 2311 Racing, you know, I thought he did a pretty good job out there. He had one of the faster cars all week. I thought he was a contender up there, and I was hoping he would actually win it at one point. I was like hoping that he would stay up there, but some issues in stage number 3 there. A little bit of issues. I think it was a loose wheel he had that put him 1 lap down at the end. So it was just bad day for him. As you can see, Denny Hamlin winning stage number 2, like I said. He won both stages. Toyota messed up on their strategy in the middle of the race, and then the final lap. And this happens to help Michael McDowell, a vicious crash. And Michael McDowell wins the Daytona 500 in a thriller. I mean, what a thriller it was. Just what a race. What a finish. It wasn't really that good of a race. I don't know. Like, I want to say what a finish, but it wasn't like what a race. It was what a finish. But you can see junkyard of cars. I'm happy everybody's okay. Everybody walked out of their cars. And then the celebration for Michael McDowell. I'm so happy. He's been a contender on restrictor plates for the past 5 years, and he's had positions to win the Daytona 500, and now he's finally won it. He finally won the Daytona 500. So what a race. Michael McDowell, just so good. Here's the finishing results. I don't know if they're blurry. I just took a picture off of Twitter because it's late and I want to get this video out tomorrow. But Michael McDowell wins. Chase Elliott, Austin Dillon. Chase Elliott, I thought, was out front when the caution came out, but apparently under review, they didn't beat the race to the line, I guess. So Chase Elliott's going to get second. Austin Dillon with a third place finish. Kevin Harvick, Denny Hamlin, Ryan Preece. Shout out to Ryan Preece. Ran good all race. You know, I thought he did good. Chastain, McMurray, LaJoy with a top 10. I always like seeing underfunded teams and the people who are not up front every race get top 10s here. It's kind of like that heartwarming moment. But and see all the cars down below that were involved. Derek Cole finishes dead last. I mean, the race for me, I thought it was decent. I don't know what everybody was expecting after half the field got wrecked. But I feel like everybody was expecting this awesome finish or something. So, like, that's just my opinion. But great race altogether. I'm actually out of 10, I'll give it a 5. The problem people are going to have is with the train racing, but for me, it wasn't that much of a problem. I thought it was a decent race altogether. People are saying it's worse than 2013. I thought this was a better finish than 2013. But go comments below. Give me your opinion. Give me your opinion on this race. Because this race, there's going to be a lot of things for setting up for the Daytona road course. Because the Daytona road course is going to be very interesting coming up. And, you know, it's going to be pretty exciting. See this Daytona road course, you know, second race of the season. And then we go on to Homestead. So, thank y'all for watching. I'm going to be bringing these videos to you every Monday. So, stay to the channel every Monday. I'll give you a review on the NASCAR season. I'm Just Cause. And I'll see you in the next one.